I'm going to introduce my guests here. But before I introduce my guests, I would like to introduce my new shoes here. For those who are watching on YouTube, these are not Blundstones, but they're something. They have like a spider thing on them. They're like knockoffs. But Tiana and I went to Grand Prairie just over the weekend after the AGM that Kayla was at and you weren't at. And I was looking for Blundstones because mine are the seam completely ripped here. And so my father is staying at our house right now. He's doing some ministry work up here. And these were his. And I saw them at 4 this morning and I tried them on. And I was like, that is exactly what I'm looking for. Those are exactly what I'm looking for. And then my thought was, I wonder if he likes them or if he would sell them to me. Because in the Noble family, you sell things to your siblings. Like as kids, we would always just have yard sales and sell things.
That's funny.
And so when he woke up, I said, hey, I'll give you X amount of dollars for these. He said, done. And so I had Tiana take a picture to prove that the transaction took place. And I'm wearing my dad's boots and he's doing ministry in his big gum boots today.
That's amazing.
He actually is true story. I'm like, Dad, I could buy them when you're done doing ministry up here. He's like, no, let's do it now. I don't want you to back out of the deal. So I feel like I got a great deal. He felt like he got a great deal. Welcome to the Backstage Pastor, people. A couple of you have said we ramble too much, so we're trying to ramble less. We're going to get right down to the nitty gritty. But what is a podcast for?
Right. One word answers.
Tyson's really good at one word answers.
Yep.
He's good.
He doesn't ramble.
Are you
ever.
Good?
Okay, we have an amazing couple here. Tyson, James Billings, and Kayla Willis.
Nailed it.
Kayla Willis Billings.
No.
Actually, my brother-in-law's name.
It's very close, actually.
Willis.
Oh, it is. That's right.
It is, yeah.
Your brother-in-law's first name is Willis.
Yes. Yep. Sure is.
No way.
And he owns and runs a small gym.
He does.
I always call Tiana Willis. Just kind of like for
look
fun.
Like him. They look very different.
Yeah, they look a little different.
Yeah.
Okay, but just quickly, I thought Willis is a girl's name. Is it both? I've never heard it as a male.
I've never heard
Phyllis.
it
Willis.
feminine. I only know one Willis.
That's so interesting.
I think I feel like the maybe boomer generation was Willis.
Yes, that's what I'm alluding to.
Yeah.
When I call Tiana that.
That's a Willis for sure.
And she loves it.
I've never met a female Willis or ever heard of it.
Talk to Tiana after.
I'm
and she'll
very
be like,
interested.
Yep.
This isn't Tyson. Is Tyson and Kayla? We want to do three things here. A, get to know you guys because you are amazing, get to knowable type people that are our people and our Backstage pastor listeners need to get to know more.
Amen.
And so I want to hear a little bit of your guys' story, and then we want to talk about some gaps that we're seeing here as a church or as the global church that you guys have a huge passion for. And so we want to talk about that a little bit in the latter half. These are always maximum 1 hour and then we shut it down. So let's get going. Who are you guys? Where'd you come from? Give a little brief backstory. Don't go too in depth. I'm thinking like 15 minutes total. But maybe each of your guys' backgrounds, and then I want to get into the missions thing. When you guys went into missions and how it has changed you guys and affected you guys. Let's start with Tyson because
I'm checking the time. I did a practice preach one time. It was supposed to be 15 minutes. It was 28. So
no way. You have a gift, brother.
You
I don't know if it's powerful or not, but I was able to keep going.
My first sermon was the opposite. I was done in like 5 minutes.
Oh, this was a practice in YWAM. Like
okay, but what was the actual?
27.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
no,
you did.
It wasn't. It was just kind of getting ready for outreach. So it wasn't actually like I didn't actually share that preach, but I just like prepared it in front of other leaders,
right?
Because we were just practicing keeping track of time, and I was like, oh yeah, it was like I don't know, 14 minutes, and they're like, that was 28 minutes. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Me every Sunday now.
You're
Okay,
already
Tyson.
a minute in.
Tyson, you grew up here.
Born and raised Fort St. John.
Let's go.
Yep. 2 blocks that way. Now it's going to be old folks home.
Which is that way?
That is east.
Yeah.
Yep. I was thinking, east, and had Christian parents, and it was
Two
funny because two older sisters. Yep. One's in Calgary, one's here in Fort St. John, and just kind of grew up actually going to Evangel. Started going when I was 7.
No way.
I am 21 now. Just kidding. 33.
Oh.
Yep. Turning 34.
Wow, I didn't know you were that young.
I am very young. And I went to Evangel growing up, and always helping out and playing drums here.
Yeah.
And then eventually was in youth group, helped out with youth group, and then decided to go to work after school, and pretty much lost myself out there.
Okay,
working.
wait. I'm just gonna ask questions along the way. Were you? So Gabe Voorhees was here, and
He was.
before him. Phil
was in it with youth group, and then Gabe was. I don't know if he was actually leading or if he was just helping out.
Okay, I think for a bit he was, but you came up through them,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah. Andy Dreger actually was helping out a bit.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
He's still here too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Adam McGuire.
Okay.
What a legend. That guy.
I was just hearing a story about him the other day. He
Amazing.
cut his finger off or something.
I think it was a table saw. He almost
Yes.
put his hand through it and
Yeah.
mangled it. But
Yeah.
he's through recovery,
back.
and it's amazing now. Yeah.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
you grew up a believer and going to church and very involved, and then you got out of
Yeah.
youth group and became a young fella and went right to Fort St. John style work.
Fort St. John style work, oil field. Basically lived out in camp. Actually, my longest stint in camp was 72 days, and it was and it wasn't longer only because there was Christmas break in the middle. That's what broke me for sure. That was the turning point in my testimony, because I was like, I just actually felt like God was like either going to die spiritually or physically out here. And I was like, okay, something needs to change.
Wow.
And funny kind of rabbit trail. And in October before that, I had $3 in my bank account.
Yep.
And because there wasn't much work and I wasn't doing much. Then I went to work all winter, and I said, God, I need to change something. But I have all this money now because I worked literally the entire winter in camp. So my only bills were paying a little bit of rent, maybe
Right.
a phone bill.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah.
The rest I was saving because I'm kind of more naturally a saver, I guess, anyway. So it was
Is this
kind of just
true,
going
Kayla?
into the bank account.
Is this still true?
Yes, until there's like a big purchase. You
Yeah,
know?
that's what I save up for.
He'd
Right.
be like, do you need that
Big
coffee? But also we should get this side by side.
We
There's
have
this-
3.
No, honey, we don't have money for that Starbucks, but I'm going to buy a helicopter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have holes in my socks. I was today just to save money.
Did you make sure that was the cheapest loaf of bread at the cheapest store in town?
Interesting.
That actually is totally.
So I remember
Yeah.
this time of you, because I think when did you start working in the oil patch?
I was 17 technically. 'Cause
So
I
what-
graduated.
what
at
year, though?
17. That was 2010.
Okay, so I came up in 2008, probably came to Evangel 2009. So I
Yep.
just knew you. I knew you as the guy who works in the oil patch with a lot of money and a really big jacked up white Chevy
Yes, the old mini monster,
and
Max,
every
yeah.
toy possible.
Yeah, I had a sled and a race quad, lifted truck, classic Fort St. John.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's and honestly, going to camp, it was so empty, honestly. Like, it was just, I have all this stuff, and then it was just, I'm just going to work every day, and luckily God came to me at 20 years old and not 55, like a lot of guys out there, you know, that are just, that's all they've ever done, drank, smoked, and just hung out, just worked.
Yeah, don't know their kids,
Don't know their kids, divorced, all the above. And it's, luckily I had the Holy Spirit was speaking to me at a young age, because it was pretty much 180. Like, I was pipelining, which is already kind of not it's not a great industry morally, I'll say.
Yeah.
And right away I was like, okay, I need to get out of this. Feel like I need to get out right now because it's not helping.
Yeah.
Everyone else is fully in this. I need to get out. So I actually ended up quitting that spring, and I said, God, I need to take all this money and I needed to put it somewhere where I can use it for you.
Yeah.
Bought a house that spring and ended up having it was more casual, but we had Bible studies there. We had the young adults hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
We had birthday parties were hosted there, and it kind of turned into almost the young adults house.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was,
Wish I was invited though.
yeah, you were probably.
I probably was. I probably
Sorry.
was, but I was probably chasing Tiana hard and
Yeah. You guys had your own game going on.
yeah. Okay. Did you feel like the Lord really encountered you? Was it like a specific moment in the oil patch, or what happened there? How did he arrest you?
So I was known for going to work all day, driving an hour and a half, 2 hours back here because I was like, I'm an extrovert and I want to go do stuff.
Yeah.
Coming to young adults, going and then inviting everyone over to my house after 30 people at my house after young adults. So it's 9:30.
No.
Then it's like, okay, then everyone hangs out. Then everyone's lingering. I'm a lingerer, so I'm going to stay there. It's my own house too.
Right.
And then it's like, well, I actually have to go back 2 hours to camp, and then I have to get up at 5 a.m. So I would,
Oh man.
so I'd be leaving town at like 11, 12 at night,
Yeah.
driving 2 hours up to camp just to sleep for 3, 4, or 5 hours, just to get up the next morning and go to work. And I remember driving back. It was right past 147, mile 147 on the highway past Pink Mountain,
Yeah.
turn off. And I had to pull over on the side of the road just crying. And I'm like, I have nothing. Like, I'm just so empty. I'm trying to do all this stuff. This was before I had the house.
Yeah.
So I actually was renting a duplex, but so it was before I had all that stuff, the community, all that. And, I just pulled over and I was like, I can't do this. And that's when I felt like, God kind of shared that right in my truck. And I was like, okay, something has to happen. And then I want to say it was about a week before this, someone on the pipeline was asking, they're like, what's the difference between a good person and a Christian? And I thought to myself, we were working and I actually don't have an answer for you right now. And I was like, that's a problem. Like right away internally, I was like, that's an issue. Cause I know there's a massive difference at the time. I know there's a big difference. Christianity isn't just doing good stuff.
Yeah.
It's way beyond that.
But your life is saying
know.
something different. So it's like for you to speak in that moment.
Right.
It's like,
yeah. And it's like, well, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't fool around with girls. I don't.
Yeah.
But it's like, in that moment, I didn't know how to say, or I didn't even necessarily have the revelation of, do I know Jesus personally?
Wow.
I was like, okay, something needs to happen. Then I broke down on the side, or I myself broke down on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, okay, this is, we need to change this thing because it's not going very good right now.
Wow. So then you have this encounter with the Lord, then you buy a house, and then what happens there?
And that's that's actually a good question. I've never really thought that transition point in my testimony, because that's when I really started to get community back, church community back.
Right.
Travis Dorsey, Cassie, who's now Cassie Coop.
Yeah.
All
amazing people.
All the amazing people. All they were doing, or what they were doing, was not only being amazing Christians and spreading the gospel with what they were doing, but they were going to YWAM. I was like,
and you were seeing massive change in them.
Yeah, totally. And
Okay,
like they were.
Did they all go to
Christians.
YWAM?
I
did
think
Cassie?
They all did. Yeah.
Where'd she go?
Yes. I don't know. I know Travis went to Davos, where I ended up going.
Okay. Because I remember a bunch of them came to Ukraine. You didn't.
I know that's when I was
came.
working. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I wanted to go on that one too, but I think I was too scared to take time off work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, it was a major issue at the time. So.
Okay, so you're hearing about YWAM, you're like, got to do this.
Yeah, there was so many legitimate Christians, because I knew lots of Christians, but there was legitimate Christians that were walking after us, that were alive, that were really knew what they were doing. They were walking it out, and it was like, this is real. Like this is what I want to really do. And I'm much better if I have a place to sit down and study or learn, like a greenhouse.
Yeah.
I can grow so much faster and so much better.
Yeah.
And sit there and focus and actually grow on it. I was like, okay, I need to do this. So then started saving up because I had a house.
Yeah.
Didn't have a truck, didn't have a truck payment. Didn't have any other payments. It was just the mortgage. So I was like, okay, I need to save about, I don't know, 50, 60,000, pay for all my schooling, all my mortgage, just in case.
Yeah.
Because that's my mentality is that
Your payments while you were gone.
Act like there's no renters.
Yeah.
So then it took me about a year and a half to do that.
Right. But you had like purpose now. You had vision. It's like, here's why I'm working my butt off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Started helping out a little bit more in young youth group, I think.
Yeah.
And then it was also at Kings Valley Camp where there was lots going on there. And just working and saving. And then 2016 ended up going to YWAM.
Okay, where?
Davos, Switzerland. Or Davos.
Okay, is this where you guys met?
Yes.
Okay, pause.
But not in 2016.
I was a student in 2016.
In 2017.
Okay, so briefly so you went in 2016. I want to bring Kayla's story in up to where you guys met. So you went in 2016. Tyson, quick overview of 2016. What happened there? Radically transformed, change. You come back here.
Do you remember the conversation I had with you right before leaving?
Nope.
I said, I actually remember this. It was in the foyer out here or the front of the church. And it was, don't worry, when I come back, people are going to be healed in my shadows and blah, blah. I'm going to be so holy. But I was kind of joking, but I had all this expectation of myself. Like,
yep.
It's going to be, I'm going to be finished when I'm out of YWAM. I was kind of saying it half as a joke.
Right.
But that's how it was. It was, I went with the expectation. My biggest thing was to learn how to hear God's voice.
Yeah.
For day 4, we learned how to hear God's voice, and it was like, okay, what do we do now? Because that was my whole goal.
No way.
And then it was like, I still have 6.25 months to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you learn to hear his voice so quick? Like, obviously there's like
Expert
tips,
already,
but there's
yes.
tips and tricks and hacks and like things from scripture and from the greats that have gone on before. But it's like, it's a lifelong learning to like hear his voice.
I think it was maybe the knowing of how you can hear God's voice. Maybe that's how it was. Because I mean, like I said earlier, like I felt like I heard God say, you're either going to die spiritually or physically out here. You need to change something. So technically that was hearing God's voice.
Yeah.
But then on this day 4, I think it was, or day 5, it was like, okay, this actually isn't this big thing that's a big booming voice where there's clouds over top and lightning bolts. It's actually very simple. It's very personal. It's very intimate. It's usually a still small voice. All of these little things of how God likes to speak to people. It's like, oh, okay. And then, of course, we started practicing, easy little prophetic words and things like that.
Right.
And it was like, oh, I can do this.
Right.
Oh, it is actually
stretching the muscle. It's a gift.
Totally.
And you grow in gifts.
Totally. And God wants to speak to us.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Well, that was day 4. Now we have 150 days to go.
So you're like, well, I'm perfected now, Lord. Now what else do you have to teach me? There's like, I've arrived.
Now bring me a wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and humility. Yeah. And.
Okay, so you go there, you grow a ton. It's crazy. It's wild. Yeah. You get back here, you realize I'm going back to lead.
Yeah, I was already bugged in the first 2 or 3 weeks. People were saying, oh, I think you're going to stay for leadership training after, which the leadership training is the ones that lead the next students, DTS.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I don't know what really that means. And then I actually committed, before the DTS was even done, I already committed 2 years.
To come back.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. This was a snowboarding school.
Snowboard, free skiers, DTS in Davos, Switzerland.
Can you do a backflip?
Yep. I have tried.
Still?
We'll find out in about 3 weeks.
Where are you going?
Powder King.
Hopefully.
Just you two?
No, we're going to take the whole family, but Kayla's family's coming up, so we're going to go
together. Oh, right. From Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be better snow here than they have there, so.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Okay, KK. This is Tyson's beautiful wife, KK. We call her. She's American. She was probably cheering for the Americans on Sunday in hockey, and she's probably happy that they won.
She won gold. Imagine. I won gold.
How did you win gold?
I married her.
Oh,
And
That's
the Americans
good.
won
That was
gold.
pretty good.
She's
That's
American.
good.
that was pretty good.
It's a win-win.
Win-win.
It's only a loss for me.
Sorry.
You know, I tried this year to really like
Cheer on Canada.
cheer on Canada because I'm Canadian now, and I do like I'm proud to be Canadian, but there's
Yeah.
like this default
Can't-
when it specifically with the Olympics that I was like just maybe
Yeah.
a little bit rooting for the Americans still. I'm sorry.
You got
That's
it.
interesting.
It's bad, but maybe because I mostly watch figure skating too, and there's not as many Canadian figure skaters.
Right. That's right.
Which is
You
sad.
figure skate too.
Yeah.
And good. Like better than probably both of us put together, I would say. Like if we combine both of our figure skating talent, Kayla would just destroy us. Tiana told me because you led worship on Sunday. Was that this Sunday?
Yes. Yes.
Right. You wore a Canadian jersey.
I did.
And then you took it off when you realized that they lost.
Yes. But to be fair, Tyson
Ashamed.
told me that I should wear it, and I was like, yeah, I love dressing up for sporting things.
But when they
and
lost,
stuff.
you said no.
But I told him before the game was even halfway over, I said, I'm probably going to take it off when church actually starts because I don't want it to be distracting.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't just because
Yeah.
they lost, but I did maybe take it off a little earlier than I would have.
She took it off
You-
a little faster because they lost.
Right.
I did bring a change
Yeah.
of clothes, knowing I was going to change before the game was over.
It was the
a
plan, but they lost and it helped. It
Yeah.
expedited the plan.
Oh,
Okay, Kayla.
Yes.
Catch us up. Who are you?
Okay.
Like your story's just super fun and super wild. Your parents are super fun, super wild. This is a testimony and a half. I just want to, like, your testimony is good.
it's kind of like here.
This is
She's
good.
You'll have to help me direct
Yeah,
where the testimony is
you
going
just
because
go
it can go in so many different directions. It comes to the same place, but branches.
I'll just ask questions and kind of guide it here.
Yeah, I'm was born in Bismarck, North Dakota, in the States, about 21-hour drive from here. And
There's a north and south, right?
there's
Dakota?
a North Dakota and South Dakota. Yes.
Are
We're-
where is it?
It's north of South Dakota.
Ta-ta-psh.
I'm sorry. I have to say that.
Yeah.
I have had, I
Wow.
think when I was in Tennessee once, somebody actually asked me that specific question. Where is North Dakota in relation to South Dakota?
North or south?
And they were serious. And I was like,
Okay,
just
is this south of
north.
Montana?
It's east of Montana. So
Right
it's
east.
on the Canadian border.
Okay.
In between
Oh.
Montana and Minnesota.
Okay, yeah. I have most of my family is Washington,
Mm-hmm.
Montana. But other than that, and California, I don't really know much.
Yeah, the border of Saskatchewan and Manitoba is the center of North Dakota.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's directly below the border.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're born in North Dakota, north of South Dakota.
Just north, of South Dakota. Not the place with the faces. We have nothing really significant that we're known for,
right,
but I
right.
love it.
Except for the cow.
There is the world's largest statue cow is in North Dakota, and so is the world's largest statue buffalo, and the world's largest statue crane. We're really into large statues.
Because you can see it for miles.
Like maybe because there's nothing
That is
else, so they're like, let's build a big cow.
things. You're like, here's our things.
Yeah, I mean, there's
So-
other things. I love it, but
Siblings, catch us up on your.
yeah, my mom and my dad biological I think they were divorced when I was like 5, and
Wow.
then when I was I think 12, my mom got remarried to my stepdad. But we grew up with like my step siblings and everything, so I was just consider them my siblings. But
How many full siblings? Or-
one like biological brother, and then I have a stepbrother and a stepsister.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And from young, 6. You were
From
6
young. I was
when your mom got remarried?
no,
or
I was
older?
12 when
Oh,
when,
okay.
when they got remarried.
Okay.
But,
Yeah. And so then
but
what,
yeah.
what was happening for you at 12?
What was happening?
Yeah. Who were
Ooh.
you? What kind of girl was Kayla?
Good
Following the
question.
Lord? Did you grow up in a Christian home?
Yes, I grew up in a Christian home. We grew up in a Baptist church, and it was like you go to church, like that's just what you do. And they were amazing sure like spirit-filled people that were there. I mean, they
Yep.
were prayer warriors for sure. It's pretty crazy actually. But yes, grew up in a Christian home when I was 12. I think this was more along the lines when I was like 13 or 14, but I was like a goody good. Like I'm like a rule follower. I was a rule follower.
Yeah.
It's frustrating sometimes.
I still am actually.
Like we need to show up on time.
No, like we go to like the pool and like I read all of the rules before I enter the pool.
No. You and Tiana would get along well.
Actually,
We were-
yeah.
Polar opposite.
We were just in the pool and we get in the hot tub and it's like I'm going under with all the girls. We got our goggles and we're diving and stuff.
Yep.
And Tiana's like, "Did you read the rules? You can't go under."
There's rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rule if somebody talks to you about that rule.
Yeah.
But don't
something
put it in words on a sign that nobody's going to read.
Something I've noticed though since living here, I feel like rules in North Dakota anyways, I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but like they're enforced more
Yeah.
than they are here.
I think so.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
when you're here and you don't follow a rule, that's kind of, people are like, oh, it's fine. Nobody ever does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of more of
In
a
North Dakota,
respect
like-
thing.
You get called out on it.
Right.
I mean, maybe not everywhere.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
anyway, so I actually had a group of friends and they made me a t-shirt at one point that like said goody good on the back because that was just like my nickname.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So-
to wear it.
Yeah. Do you still have it?
I don't know. Honestly, it might be in one of my bins of like
Yep.
keepsake
Next
clothing
time you lead
because I'm
worship,
really
you
weird
could wear
about that
Totally.
too.
Might be really small.
I should go look for it. It's probably a little bit small, but I might still have that shirt.
Were you following the Lord or did you have any kind of relationship with the Lord at that age or?
I mean, like I accepted Jesus when I was 5 in Sunday school, but I had no idea what they were asking me. They just asked
Right.
me a bunch of questions and I said yes. And then
Yeah.
everybody was cheering and I was like, I don't know what just happened. And
There's
then I got
confetti, though.
baptized. I got baptized when I was 12 at Easter.
Yeah.
But mostly because I wanted to take communion and my mom wouldn't let me until I got baptized. And so I just really wanted
Smart
to get
move.
baptized.
Yeah.
Snack.
So I always knew Jesus. I just didn't know him. You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
I knew about him, and I think even for my age, I don't think I was like super far off. Like I would talk to people about Jesus, and I knew about reading my Bible. We were really like my church, which is actually something I'm super thankful for now. Was really big into just like memorizing scripture.
Yeah.
And so there was a summer camp that I went to every year, and my mom's rule, which is funny because I'm like looking back on it, I'm like, she totally would have let me go to Christian summer camp even if I didn't. But her rule was always that I had to finish my like Awana book
Yeah.
or I couldn't go to camp.
You didn't wanna.
I did, yes.
Same.
Approved
I don't even
workmen
know
are
what that
not
is.
ashamed.
That's what Awana means, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What does it mean?
Oh, there's so
We'd pledge allegiance to the Awana flag. Is that a thing? That sounds actually really bad now that I say it out
Approved
loud.
workmen are not
Ashamed.
ashamed.
Yep.
What is it?
Wanna. It's like a VBS
Oh,
that
okay.
goes on all year. Yeah.
And you,
Kind of,
You
yeah.
pledged allegiance to it?
Yeah, and now that I say it out loud, that does sound weird. We'd pledge allegiance to like our flag, like the United States flag, which that's a really normal thing.
And
at least
to
when I
the
was
flag
growing
of
up,
Awana.
we did every morning in school too.
In America.
And then we also did the Awana flag at the start of Awanas.
And what do you say?
I
I
pledge allegiance to the Awana flag, which stands for the Awana Club, whose goal is to reach every boy and girl for. I'm going to get it confused with the American one. Now I don't know.
I was getting ready to do the drum roll.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of it.
Man, I'm
This is
getting
making me
American
sad, but I mean,
vibes.
it has been
We never
about
did
20
that.
years
Yeah.
minimum since I've done that.
Yeah, I remember though in Awana the scripture memory was the thing. We just memorized so much. Sparks, Cubbies, the different age groups. Do you remember that?
Yes, sorry, I'm still thinking of the pledge, but I do remember the Cubbies.
There was, like, all
and
the-
the Cubbies and the Sparkies.
Was it Sparkies?
There was Sparkies.
Yeah.
Something
Man,
Spark,
those-
something.
But those are so forming as a kid.
They are.
Summer camps and vacation Bible schools and Awana and those things are so forming. What started happening, or do you want to finish your
To
pledge?
train them to love God and to serve him. It's something like that. Now I can move on. Sorry, I have a hard time not landing
In
planes.
young adulthood / teenagehood, go into that. Friends, wrong friends, right friends.
I had a season. I don't know how deep to go into it, but I definitely had a rebellious streak.
Yeah.
Probably right around the time I turned 15. I was goody good, and I was fairly sheltered. I mean, my parents were so fun, and we did so many fun things. But like in terms of peers,
Yeah.
I had a couple really good close friends, but other than that, I was never like a popular kid. I was kind of like a weird kid. Like she's actually still one of my best friends, Michelle. We would like get pet wood chips at recess and name them and make little huts for them. So like we weren't like very cool.
She still does that.
So you were like a homeschooler that was public schooled.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. Yeah, actually, probably.
Wow.
But like we kind of got along with the popular kids. Just not like we just like weren't one of them, you know?
Yeah.
And then I just made some new friends come middle school, and they were like in the more popular crowd.
Yeah.
So they like took me to like my first football game and all these things. And I just loved it because like I always wanted to be like a part of that. Like I just always wanted to be like seen. Like I think is like part of it. Like I just always kind of felt like a little bit of an outcast. So then when I was like accepted in, it just felt really good.
Right.
And then I'm not even sure where exactly it happened. Probably. Okay, so in my hometown, there were 3 middle schools and 2 high schools. And I went to like the middle school. So like north and south and then middle.
Yeah.
And so when it came to high school, we split. And so I went because it was just geography based, like wherever you lived is kind of what high school you went to. And so I split from my like core group of friends that were, I'm actually still friends with them today, but they all went to Bismarck High School and I ended up at Century High School. And so I kind of had to like make friends all over again, which was really hard in grade 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
And it's a big enough town. It's about the size of Grand Prairie.
Also like a massive city then.
a huge metropolis.
We're from Fort St. John.
It was big enough that I didn't, especially coming from I was a figure skater my whole life too, which is not a school sport. It's just like a citywide sport.
Yeah.
And so going into the high school, like I didn't have like sports friends, if that makes sense. Like I didn't have that commonality. I was also in band and choir. And I don't know. So anyways, so I made new friends, but they weren't the best influences.
Right. Grade 10.
And they're like boys came into play, and it was the first time that a boy had ever like shared interest, or like had an interest in me, and that felt really good. And so I just really chased after that, and got into just a lot of things. I started smoking, which is something I always said I wouldn't do, when I was like 16, 17, something like that. And drinking and partying and kind of just anything. And I realized that people liked me when I was partying.
Right.
Like there was kind of, my guard was let down and I was fun. Like that was what people would say, is that I was fun.
Yeah.
And so I liked that. I was like, I want to be fun, because I actually felt like I was just getting out of my head, and able to like, and obviously this is not true, but like be me.
Right.
Even though obviously that's it's blurred, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Did that start at grade 10 when you went to the high school?
That started in grade 10. Grade 11 was definitely the worst of it. There came a point, and again, I could go deeper into it too, but there came a point where I actually just didn't like being sober, because I didn't like the person that I was.
At what age?
16?
That's so wild.
Probably 16.
That's so crazy.
16, 17 were the two big years. 15, it was like I was enjoying the crowd, but I hadn't really gotten that deep into the things. You know, like it was fun, but it wasn't like illegal.
Wow.
And then 16, it became more illegal.
Crazy. And for how long now were you in this? And what was happening to Kayla in this? Like, what was happening internally? And then how did the Lord like find you?
Okay, so this is
Or how
where
did
it's
you
like,
find the Lord?
this
He
is what
knew
I
where
mean
you
by
were.
branches, because it's like this whole time I was still going to youth group.
Yeah.
I was still involved in my church.
Did your parents
And
know?
My parents, complicated. My parents knew for sure. My mom, it's interesting to talk to her about it now in adulthood. But she was praying.
Right.
She said she spent so much time on her knees just praying to the Lord and just trusting that he had me in his hands. And I think that that's actually so cool, because I can actually see times in my life where I was like, oh, that was the Lord. Like, how did I not end up dying?
Right.
It's like,
right.
oh, that was the Lord. And my mom was on her knees praying for me probably at that exact
Oh.
moment. So she knew, but I think she also knew, and I actually believe that it was the Holy Spirit, that if she like retaliated with like discipline or like got hard, that I would just turn away more, that I would actually rebel in that, and that the thing that actually brought me back was her responsive love.
Wow.
She just felt like and she said that it was different too with different kids.
Right. Yeah.
But for me, she just, and again, I believe it's Holy Spirit. She just knew that love was the right response. And so it kind of came to a head. I was 17, and I have talked to my mom about this fairly recently, finally. So I feel like I can say it out loud now, but where I actually was, I made some really poor decisions. I'll just put it that way. And the police were involved, and I got away with it without trying. Like, I just the police showed up, and I thought, my life is over. My parents are going to kill me. I'm going to get, I'm going to get a DUI. I'm going to, my car's totaled. I'm going to juvie. And the cop gave me a $30 ticket and told me to go home.
No way.
And
so crazy.
Yeah. There's more to that. I don't know if anybody's listening and they know that story, but
so you
in
go
that
home.
moment, so before I got the ticket and went home, I just remember thinking, my life is over, so who cares? Like, I might as well just fully rebel now. Like, I might as well just walk this path. If I'm going to juvie, I'm going to juvie, and I'm going to do it well.
So crazy.
Like, that was like my terribly immature 17-year-old, 16-year-old.
Isn't that so wild? And you're like here now,
mindset.
such a different life.
Oh, 100%. But in that
bit.
moment,
Mindset.
I just I felt so much guilt. I was like, I should be punished for this, and I'm not. And I felt so much guilt, and my mom just responded with so much love. And she didn't know the whole, well, maybe she knew, but she, never really acknowledged that she knew type thing.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, I have to do something different. I don't actually want to go down that road. I thought I was going to have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was kind of like the second chance of I can actually make some different choices now and not do that again.
Enter YWAM.
Enter.
Around that time?
Oh, no. But I can get there quickly.
Oh,
I
okay. So
this would have been 17. I got my license pulled, got it back when I was 18, and really started to turn my life around. Because again, this whole time I was going to youth group, I was still going to that summer camp. So every summer, even when I was 16, 17, 15, whatever, I'd go to summer camp, we'd do worship, and I'd just cry, and I'd repent of all my sins, and I'd tell my leaders about all my sins, and I'd be like, I'm not going to do it anymore. Jesus, I love you. And then I'd go back home, and I'd be with the same friends, and I would just fall into the same patterns. And it was just, I just didn't have, it just, my faith wasn't my own, I guess, at that point. I knew about it. I just didn't know how to truly walk it out. And I kept thinking, if I quit all these things, and if I start making the right decisions, then I'll experience Jesus. People always talk about experiencing Jesus, and I'm like, so maybe once I clean these things up, then finally I'll have that experience, because I've grown up in the church and I've never really experienced him, so it must be something that I'm doing.
Interesting.
If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Rabbit traily. And so summer camp, so I actually I kind of fell into the same patterns, but not there was always this bit within me that knew it was wrong, and knew that Jesus was it. I always knew that. It was that was always in me, even from a kid.
Yeah.
And so I can fast forward a few years. I don't know where to go. Okay, so I graduated high school.
Yeah.
And then my parents' rule was you have to go to college. And so
interesting.
I was like, I have no idea what I want to do with my life. Because again, this was always kind of happening with, like, there's a big change happening within me at the same time. And my mom was like, be a nurse. You can do it anywhere. She's an RN.
Yeah.
You can do it anywhere, and there's always going to be a job.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, cool. So I went to nursing school. And again, I thought that all of these things, like that this Jesus encounter, because Holy Spirit wasn't really a word that was used much at that point in my life, would be coming from like works, right? Even though they teach that that's not true, but I still kind of, that's the only logical thing, pathway that I had.
Yeah. Practical step almost.
So I was like, if I become a nurse, I can go be a nurse in Africa and like open like an orphanage. Like, dude, that's biblical, man.
Yeah.
And so that dream is actually
Sky's the
like
limit.
what got me through nursing school, was like, someday I'm going to go and do medical missions and and go and you know, save babies.
Yeah.
That was my, and Jesus will surely, like, man, I'll know Jesus then. Right. And so then I guess I can get there. YWAM. And so I went through nursing school, hated every minute of it. To be honest, started working as a nurse, worked for about 2 years.
Oh, wow. You're like 22 now? 20?
Yes. 24.
Okay.
I was 24 when I went to YWAM. So I was old.
Whoa.
For YWAM. I mean, not really, but for that base, I was old.
Normal students are coming at 18,
yeah,
19.
so I had worked as a nurse for 2 years.
At that base.
And I was still just miserable. And I remember talking to my young adult pastor, which that's a whole nother thing, how I came in with that. Okay, during nursing school, there was a weekend that I went to volunteer at this camp that I had gone to my whole life. And I also had worked there as well as a lifeguard at one point. And it was a Pentecostal church that had rented it for the weekend. And it was kind of like, you know, stay away, they're crazy, you know.
Really? Wow.
Stay away from them.
Yeah.
But there was something, I was in charge of dishes, and there was something in me that was like, you need to go to the service tonight. And I was like, okay. So I told my friend that was working with me, and she's like, sure, I'll go with you. So we like just power washed the dishes so that we could go to this service. And like the good Baptist girls that we like sat in the very back behind the sound booth, and all of a sudden like worship started, and people were hands up in the air, faces on the ground, like, I mean, it wasn't like crazy. I mean, it was crazy for me at the time. It's not like crazy compared to, you know, here on a Sunday, but and sure enough, like before I knew it, I was like standing up, my arms were in the air, and it was the first time that I had felt anything. And I was like, man, I don't care what people say about this, like. And it's not all about experience, but I was like, but this experience, like, this is real. Like, I've never felt so much peace in my life, and I've never felt so much joy in my life. I'm like, this is, like, you actually can't convince me that this is from the devil or that this is not real.
The Lord just met you.
He just met me, yeah. And I was like, surely this is like a big gathering. I mean, there were a couple hundred like young adults there. And I was like, I don't know any young adults that are like following Jesus. So they're not from North Dakota. They're not all from North Dakota. They're like, yeah, we're all from Bismarck. I was like, what? That's where I live. How do I not know any of you? And so anyway, so then I got connected with this church called Evangel.
Oh, right. And then you were talking to the young adult pastor from Evangel.
Yes. And he was like, hey, we've had this conversation. Oh, sorry.
You're still connected to that church, right? Is this the church that you just went back to?
Yeah. We visit there whenever we can. We have some amazing,
How cool is
amazing
that?
people there.
Evangel.
Yeah.
Man, those Evangel churches.
I have a question.
Amazing. Yes.
Is there a commercial break?
Okay, wait. I'm sensing that you need a potty break.
No, I just need to blow my nose.
Sure. Sneak over there. We won't do a commercial break, but you can go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna... Okay, we're gonna keep going. You know what? Well, Tyson is taking a commercial break. I have had people on podcasts that have needed to take 2 potty breaks in one 1 hour podcast.
I can take at least one guess as to who that is.
Don't guess. We're not gonna talk about them. Tyson, bring the Kleenex when you come, eh? Is he crying or is it just his...
He gets really emotional when I talk. No, he gets probably bored. He's probably tired of hearing me talk.
Yeah, bring it over. Sit with that Kleenex box there. No, I don't need it.
I'm sorry. I promise I'll get to the part
Kayla.
where I meet him right now. Actually,
Yes,
when I meet him.
So your young adult pastor convinces you go to YWAM, and
Yes and no. I was just miserable. I was like, there's more to life than this. Like, I don't want to be in Bismarck working this job my whole life. Like, there has to be more. I could do it. Like, it's a stable job, whatever. And he's like, yeah, we've had this conversation before, so why don't you do something about it?
oh,
and
interesting.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, my parents are super involved in a ministry in Florida, and some advice that they had given me was that if I want to go and be a missionary someday, I should get some missionary training.
Right.
Because a lot of people go straight into the field thinking it's, just another day at the office, and they get burnt out really quick.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I need to find missionary training. And so I looked up a lot of different options. I really didn't want to do YWAM because I had known people that had done it, and I didn't necessarily love the way that they had come back from it.
Yeah.
But not the same base that I went to. And anyways, YWAM just kept coming up because it is such a common one.
It's huge.
And I thought, why don't I just start from scratch? This is my young life crisis. I'm going to quit my job, quit everything, get rid of my lease because I didn't really have any commitments. I was 24 and again, I had some money and no commitments. So anyways, there was this drop down menu that was like, what are you interested in? And at first it was like foster care, adoption, like all these things that I always, and they actually still are on my heart, but in different ways. And then snowboarding came up. And I was like, you know what?
So interesting.
Holy snowboarding.
Yeah, adoption, snowboarding.
Men.
Oh, there were so many options. So many options.
There's literally everything.
Like,
was there a
cooking?
Was there a picture of Tyson beside the snowboarding option? And you're like, gotta get there.
Actually, a
swipe.
Yeah, that was my first impression for sure.
Okay, so you go to Switzerland now.
Yes.
I just have to speed us up because I want to get to some
that's
things. Okay. You get to Switzerland.
Yeah.
This is the year 2017 now. Mm-hmm. And this is the year that you are back for your first year as a leader.
On
right?
Staff, yeah. Leader
okay.
On staff, yeah.
So you're going back.
Yep.
You get back there and this girl shows up. Mm-hmm. Super briefly, how'd you guys meet? What's your guys' love story there?
He read my application.
She's not lying.
Oh, really? Because you accept them.
I think all of the DTS staff themselves, so there's 4 of us that year, go through the applications, pray over them, make sure that we feel like they're supposed to be there. And
You're like, this girl needs to be here.
She needs to. I need her to be. No.
Trust me, guys.
Funny enough, I read her application and I totally joked to myself. No intention, totally joked. Plays piano, was a nurse. And I was like, oh, I'll have to stay away from her. That was a total joke. Total joke. And I remember sitting in the office.
Lord's like, yep.
I remember it vividly. And sure enough, the first month, I actually didn't have an interest. We didn't have an interest in each other. I don't think really the first 4 weeks.
I saw his profile picture of him standing next to his truck, and I was very uninterested.
Right, one of those guys. Probably from the oil patch.
Yes, actually, though.
Legitimate deterrent of
like we have nothing to worry about here.
So first convos, when were feelings happening?
It's probably middle of the second month, which would be middle of February, because it starts right after Christmas break ends.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I don't
Where you notice each other.
Yeah, I don't have like a specific thing that happened. I was like, oh, I think it would. I don't know. And it was maybe because we were the old ones there. I think that was kind of part of it.
I was gonna say.
Everyone else was 18, 19, still lived at their parents' house. She had been already to college for 4 years, worked for 2. I had been moved out since 17, owned my own house, been in the oil field for 6 years.
Right. Just like different than
totally
18.
Different. Totally different. Yeah. And I didn't think it was a big difference until I was with kids that were like, how do I wash a plate? I was like, right. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I have to like organize my whole house, clean everything all myself.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to like put your fork in the right spot. Like that's painful. So I think it was just a natural bonding over that.
Yeah. Okay, so you start liking each other. You start talking. Mm-hmm. Did you start dating that first year?
End of the year, yeah.
Technically.
End of that first year.
But not in DTS because we wanted to wait till after.
He was a good leader and we did wait until graduation.
Because you aren't allowed? shouldn't?
They just kind of steered us away from it, and
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, that's okay. Like we just got to know each other. It is a very intimate time spiritually,
Right.
everything. Like we're living
Hanging out
in
all
the
the
same, on the same. Like the whole school was literally a 4-story house. Is how it was. So it was like we do everything together. It's wintertime. You don't really go outside and do much other than snowboarding, maybe. So it wasn't like we
Right.
were out all the time.
Yeah.
And we did genuinely want to focus on why we were there too.
Yeah.
Like you were really in your
Involved.
leadership training and,
Yeah.
and really didn't want to be distracted
Right.
from that.
So when do you start dating?
I
As soon
told
as you're
her, this is kind of a funny quick story.
Yeah.
I told her she has to come to Fort St. John because I feel called to Fort St. John.
Before dating.
Before
Yes.
dating.
Yeah.
And she has to like it and basically agree to it.
Yeah.
Feel called.
Sign here.
You put your foot
agreed
down,
to
buddy.
it. Yeah. Well,
He did
again, it
actually.
was 2 people from Switzerland. We have 2 adult lives. If we're not going to be serious about it from the start, we're wasting time. Like,
Which I was actually praying for somebody that would
Do that.
would do something like that. Yeah. So
So
that
cool.
the fact that he
Bam.
did that was actually an answer to
Knew
my
what he
prayers
wanted,
as well.
knew where he was called.
Yeah.
yep.
So you get done YWAM, you bring her up here.
Yep. Finished her school year. She came to visit because I still stayed till October. Her school year was done August,
Yeah.
July. So she came up for my break, which was a month,
In what? In
Visited.
July?
in
Yeah,
October.
I came up in October and then again in
Okay.
December.
October's gorgeous.
Yeah.
In one word, what did you think of Fort St. John and Canada and where this man lives?
One word.
Yeah. I would
Love.
give you. Really?
Wow.
I loved it.
If I gave you 2, it would be I love. And then I loved it.
Probably
Loved
loved it.
I was going to say trees.
Interesting.
Trees. Yeah, I was like, I loved all the trees, and he's like, really? I'm not
Yeah.
taking you anywhere else in BC.
And the people?
Yeah.
I loved the people. I legitimately loved everything about it. I loved the community. I thought even like the landscape. He laughs at me because I thought it was so beautiful. I was like, this is so beautiful
Yeah.
up here. All the trees and the
Yeah.
hills and
Fall
Yeah.
is so gorgeous.
It is,
like if
yeah.
you come spring or winter if there's no snow.
Yeah. Or the really brown season. And
Well, we love snowboarding.
yeah. Like early
Yes.
spring.
Yeah. Wow, that's so cool. Were you you weren't tied into a church though here, or were you at Evangel
I was.
at that time?
Yeah. I actually, Evangel sent me a little bit of support actually.
What year was this?
2017.
Okay,
But you were only
this
back
is
for the
still
2
way
months.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was only back for like 3.5 weeks.
Okay, I need to tell
Yeah.
you something. That was almost a decade ago. Is that crazy?
That's pain.
okay.
Okay, so Kayla comes up here. She loves it. Her word is love. You guys go back for a second year.
I go back.
Not you.
No, I went back to North Dakota and I just worked casual as a nurse in the NICU in the peds
Okay.
floor there.
But you have the snowboarder hunk of
We
a guy
Skyped.
in, right? I forgot about Skype.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you guys get married after that year.
2019.
2
Yeah.
years.
Yep.
Okay.
Weird.
I wish we had more
Yeah,
time.
Sorry.
No, this is super good. How do you tell a life story in like an hour?
Totally. Yeah.
I'll just say this. If you guys want more info, these guys' testimonies and stories are just so crazy. You guys are such authentic, just genuine people and so chill. Like I feel like we probably get ourselves in trouble, and maybe this is the goofiness that you think comes out is like you if you met, if you've met Tyson for a minute, you feel like you've known him for forever. Like just you comes out, and same Kayla. You guys are so amazing. I'd love to hear from each of you. Missions. I did a bunch of missions, like so many young adults. Took some teams to Ukraine and went to Africa 2 different times, and so monumental and impacting. What would you each say to the person? And then I want to change the subject to some of your guys' heart around here at Evangel. What would you say to the person, maybe young or even way up there, like 24 years old, who who has never done something like this, or they're coming up on graduation and they're 16 years old or 17 years old, 18, what would you say to them about missions? What was it for you?
About YWAM or missions?
YWAM.
YWAM?
Because that was what you experienced, both you, for missions.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, getting away where you're putting everything else aside and you're focusing on the Lord. What kind of impact did it have on you? And what would you say to the person that's trying to decide what they want to do, to the youth or young adult?
I'll let you answer first, but I just have to say, because you said up to 24, which I know you're joking, but my parents started their journey as missionaries in their 50s. So you never know.
Yeah, so true. Same with my parents, actually, too. Yeah. It's so true.
Yeah, I'd say to the young person, get out to, like, I'll say it, like, to get out and experience stuff with God in a greenhouse setting. A lot of people harp on it because it's a greenhouse. It's not real.
Right.
But YWAM is a bit of a greenhouse setting.
Yeah.
And it was so amazing for me to be able to shut everything else out, turn my phone off and focus in and be like, wow, if I actually do that, I can do this at home and people can get healed. People can come to Christ. Like, people's lives can actually change if I actually can take this time and give it to God, whether it be a moment or a part of my life,
right?
Or even a lens. Yeah, that's a big thing I learned, was a lens of seeing God in everything, whether it's work or actually out in the mission field type. Yeah. But I would say to get out and go experience some sort of missions is huge, because it completely bursts your bubble. If you've never done it before, it completely bursts your bubble of what reality actually is. Right. Like, you think, oh, I'm suffering because I have to get out and shovel the driveway and it's cold and it's minus 20 but you're actually coming from a warm house. You have a vehicle, or maybe you don't, but like the things that we take for granted here almost is like complete luxuries everywhere else. Right. And to see the reality of that and people in that perspective is crazy. Yeah. Because not only it affects, gratitude, humbles you, all that. You see how God is actually working in places where it's not comfortable. And we think that we need all this stuff to be set up. We need all this stuff. You have to have the circumstances perfect for God to move. Well, God's going to move when it isn't perfect. Yeah. And I think that was so incredible for me, where it's like, you go on your last thread and then God moves. Right. It's not when you're perfect and ready to go and you've gone to church, you've got this under your belt, blah, blah, blah. There is preparing to do for sure. It's more of a, I can say a mentality to be able to let God move. Yeah. But if you're open-hearted, open-handed with what God has for you, you can experience some crazy things, and it'll just drastically change your life. I know it's very general without giving like so good stories, but yeah, it is crazy. I thought it was just like, oh, they just have less than us, but it's like, no, like there's like, it's like they don't have anything that we have type thing. And it's like, okay, this is different. I actually have to have Jesus with me, not just, be a good person, basically. Right. Again, like it was like my testimony. Yeah. So.
No, that's so good. Kayla?
I don't have quite as much to say on it. I think.
Yeah, sorry.
No, sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I just mean just to maybe add, like that was good.
As you elbow him.
13-hour podcast.
No, I'm sit down, probably worse than he is. You heard. Anyways, we're bad. I think it's, for me, missions. I've done before YWAM. I went to Brazil with an eye doctor, and we gave out classes and we did some things like that. So I've done a couple mission trips outside of YWAM as well. I think for me, it's more of just there's less distraction. Yeah. Like when you go into something like YWAM, or when you go on a mission trip, it's like you're leaving. Maybe you're not completely leaving your responsibilities. Yeah. But you're actually like taking a step away, and it's like my prayer for a long, long time, since probably my early 20s, has just been like, give me eyes to see it, ears to hear, and a heart to know others the way that you hear, see, and know them. And so I think when you step out of your everyday life into that and you don't have any distractions, it's a gateway. Like, I mean, the goal would be that you're able to do that with like in your everyday life as well.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's actually like almost like the baby steps of like how do you learn to do it without the distractions and then bring it into your everyday life. I think when I went to YWAM, I was thinking, I'll make this really quick, but I was thinking I was going to end up in Africa on outreach, which is partially why I chose that base. Because again, my whole dream of
interesting. The outreach part was
the outreach
Africa.
Part. It had been in the past, but that year, again, Holy Spirit, whatever the reason is. I mean, I know the actual reason, but we weren't allowed to go. Sorry. They weren't allowed to go back to Africa. He had gotten blacklisted. Anyways.
I actually got blacklisted from Africa for 1 year. Wasn't allowed to go back to
the
year that I was there. And so the year that I was there, they ended up sending us to Alaska. And I was like super upset about it. I was like, I did not come to Switzerland
to go to Alaska.
To go to Alaska. Like, this is where I came from. I'm not going. Anyways, but I ended up going, and God actually showed me that as far as like natural giftings, I mean, I know God can use anyone to accomplish whatever he wants to accomplish, but I did not have a natural gifting for like overseas like ministry.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do well with language barriers. There were people on our team that did, and that's kind of where I saw the difference. I'm like, you are thriving here.
Yeah.
And I was not when I had done it in the past. And so anyways, we went to Alaska, and I just fell in love with the Northwest and with doing missions in North America. And it's like, it's different. It's a first world country, but there's a lot of the same needs a lot of the time. And there's a lot of brokenness. And I actually fell in love with like ministering to them, to us, to the Northwest.
The Lord was in Tyson getting blacklisted for trying to.
I think
why?
So.
How come?
We overstayed it was such a fine print issue of overstaying the visa.
Oh, okay. So you weren't like smuggling monkeys back.
Well, I won't say what we were doing, but yeah, I'll just say we over. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not smuggling lions and elephants back from Africa.
I have to pay for that house somehow. So
okay, briefly, you guys still have a massive heart for missions and the lost and broken and people who need help and need the gospel and all of this. And I just want to say, there's there's always areas we can grow in, but as a church, as Evangel, there's two specific areas where I think there's a lot of areas that I'm super proud about for where we are as a church, this local body, and where our people are at and operating in the gifts and character and our worship and just everything, seeing the Lord move. There's some tensions that I have that I really would love for us to grow in as a church and think that these are really growth areas for us as a church. And I'm not going to mention all of them, but one of them is, how are we impacting and reaching the very people that the Lord has placed, not within our church that call Evangel home, but within our city, specifically our city, Fort St. John, a city of about 26,000 or something, 22, 24.
I think it's actually only about 20 or 21 in the city.
Oh, okay. So maybe 26 surrounding.
Well, they say about 60.
Wow. Okay, my numbers are
how far out the surrounding is
well, that includes Charlie Lake, Taylor, Cecil Lake.
If you include America and kind of go out there, it's actually quite big. Okay, so 20-ish and then out big. Somewhere I saw 26. We want to be the Lord's hands and feet practically. And so we've just seen this as a tension. How can we be in the city and for the city and pouring in such a tangible way? And you guys have a heart for this. And so I just want to say, we're dreaming right now. You guys are dreaming. You have, every time I talk to you guys, every time I look at my phone, there's a 17-minute audio from one of you guys. It's like just dreams upon dreams and ideas upon ideas, which is so amazing. And I do listen to all those audios.
You do. Just like I was at the
100%.
AGM.
But you guys have such wild ideas, and I just want to say, like, as an overview, for specifics, we're gonna be rolling some stuff out soon, and Evangel's gonna be launching some things with you guys, just leading the charge. Just share briefly. We got about 5 minutes ish.
Did you say 15?
We're 9 over. In the next few minutes,
Sorry.
just share
Terrible,
briefly,
I'm
like,
sorry.
your heart for this, and then some of your wild ideas that you have for Evangel, this community, pouring into our community and our neighborhood. And then let's just leave all the specifics. We're going to roll that out and talk more about that.
Yeah, I just felt like specifically this year to start out was very much hands and feet, practical.
Right.
Go shovel someone's driveway when they need it.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to have things planned so that people can actually plan for it. Obviously, you can't really plan for a snowstorm, a couple months in advance to go help. But to be out in the community, actually with people, rather than just being, I'm not saying this is our heart, but just being a door that's open on Sunday.
Yeah.
And encouraging. It's kind of, I was just thinking about it as you were explaining it, it's breaking the seal of connecting with people outside.
Yeah.
Outside of the four walls on Sunday. Because it's easy to come in on Sunday, be a Christian.
Yeah.
Very easy. The Holy Spirit's moving. People are there. Everyone's there for the same reason. But during the weekday, or seeing people through God's eyes during the week and the rest of it, and to actually go and help them and alongside of them. And it's kind of, I think it was Paul that went and made tents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tent maker.
Yeah. And to walk that out, because actually one of the base leader in our YWAM base, I'm not saying this is necessarily biblically accurate or everyone has to do it like this, but he said, if we go and preach things like fire brimstone about people are actually living in their hell, quote unquote, now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if we come beside them and we actually walk with them and just take time out of our day just to be with them, that's just an open door. And the practical hands and feet is just the start. I'm not saying you have to do it this way or this is the only way. Like there is outreach ministry where you're actually going door to door, knocking, praying for people, all of that side of stuff. But we really felt like there's a very practical side of walking beside people and just being the hands and feet, and not necessarily having to start out by saying something. Yeah. But praying for them if the opportunity comes up, that sort of thing, and starting that way. Yeah. And then for our people here, I'll say here, but for people I'll just say people that are volunteering, it breaks that seal of actually getting out, because they might not have opportunity or they just don't know how to, which is very common. It's like, where can I help out? You see that, on the Facebook pages on Fort St. John, people are looking to help. People are also looking for help. Yeah. It's like, well, we're supposed to be out there helping people, and rather than caught up in our own lives, and just doing our own thing. But it's like, I'm a very, very strong, but I'm also a very able-bodied person. Yeah. Like, I should be able to go out and help someone, and I love doing that. I love helping. So much joy. So, yeah, it actually brings so much life, and when you get. And it's almost psychology when you get out of your own bubble and stop thinking about yourself and serve someone. Yeah. God made us this way, I believe. Yeah. But it totally makes it way easier to connect with them, and it totally breaks down. Yeah. Makes it almost like naturally brings in a bit of humility of like, no, I actually want to serve. Yeah. And when you're serving someone, you're like, oh, this is amazing. And it actually blesses them, and in a way grows you and blesses you as well. And it's not to do it to get to be blessed at all. We want to go out and bless people, but it does build
it's rewarding.
You up. It is rewarding. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Spiritually, mentally, physically.
Yeah. I think so what you said about, so people don't always know how. I think that can be hard. Like, we've gotten questions even at young adults or even outside of young adults of like newer believers even that are like, how do I actually walk this out? Like, when I go to work, like, what do I actually do? And I think you're right. Like, there's like the door to door specifically telling people about Jesus, but then there's just the physical act of just being Jesus and just being his hands and feet. And I think, our heart is that we would go out and we would build relationship within the community, but also build relationship with each other too.
Yeah, practically.
And I feel like sometimes if you're, if you go to the grocery store and you're by yourself, it can be a little bit intimidating. But if you're, going and, I don't want to give away any specifics, but going and helping at a ministry and you're there with a few others, it's like there's that there's that community that you're actually going with, and it can make some of those things a bit easier.
I'll say really quick, both of us have a huge heart for unity.
Yeah.
And it's not just unity between each other internally, it's unity in almost every situation that we're in. And when I left YWAM, one of the words that I got that I really felt for myself was networking and facilitating. Yeah. And just to be able to bring people in to have an opportunity to do that. Yeah. Because like I said, it breaks a seal and starts the ball rolling. Right. Or it can, I should say.
Yeah. I can see the joy in your guys' faces as you're talking about this. Just the excitement. Yeah. That it's like, but it's so interesting. In Freedom Session, 12-step program we used to do, Christ-centered, they always said one of the best cures for loneliness is get out and help somebody and go serve somebody. Yeah. And it's like, it just does so much. Not like, oh, how can somebody come help me? And I get that there needs to be like healing and stuff. But like, man, it's so like, $100 in your bank account, the joy that you feel versus taking that $100 and giving it to somebody, and the joy that you feel from that compared to the 100 being in your savings, it doesn't compare at all. And obviously listen to Jesus on it, but it's like there's so much joy in actually like giving selflessly and doing something that is outside of me. So does grandma need a new deck? We're going to do that. Right? Does somebody need food? We're going to go buy $300 of groceries and deliver food. Somebody needs a driveway shoveled. Just Tumbler Ridge. This is a recent thing. Obviously, everyone knows about the tragedy at Tumbler Ridge. Evangel